Hi everyone. Well, after this weekend, it seems that there's one group of people that's trying to take over YouTube and run it as a dictatorship. And I'm saying this because 2 channels were hacked this weekend, 2 channels that I know of. There most probably more. 2 channels that had a lot of content. And now it's all gone. One channel I know stood up against being bullied and threatened. The other channel, I'm not sure. I know it was had a lot of information to do with true crime and things like that. Don't know why they hacked her. It's disgusting. YouTube has become a hellhole. It's become a cesspit. People are being beaten into submission to either leave YouTube or sit quietly and eat candy floss and drink cups of tea. Because if you dare stand up and talk about something that's either hurt you, upset you, or that you don't like, they dox you, which means some delightful little person will find out your information, all your private stuff, and start planting it all over the place in side chats and things like that, even make videos about it. And sometimes when they dox you, they'll swat you, which means they'll make a call to the police, okay, and make a welfare check and make the most outrageous claims. Which then puts you in danger that the police could actually shoot you. Or shoot your dog, if you happen to have one. Or shoot one of your kids who could be absolutely petrified out of their minds. The doxing, when they give out your private information and your home address and that kind of business. What is the intention of all this? Why do you want to shut people up on a platform that is free, that is international, and where people can come and be creators of content or subs of those creators? There's a place for everyone on YouTube. Why do people want to control others and stop them from having the same freedom that these dictators have? Why intimidate people? Why do you want to silence people just because they don't follow you or agree with you? So that means that they must shut up and be chased off. Why must people be bullied? For what? Do you want to turn it into a place where there's only one kind of people here? People that follow you and praise you and glorify you? How boring. How childish. The world is made up of all kinds of people. Some you like, some like you. Some you don't like, some don't like you. It's called life. It happens in real life. It happens throughout social media because human beings are human beings. We like what we like and we don't like what we don't like. And we like a person or we don't like a person. And saying they will like us or they don't like us. What is the big deal? Why is there this intimidation and control battle going on? This is an imaginary world. You can't hold YouTube. You can be speaking here in South Africa to a person that lives in Timbuktu or in the North Pole. You can't hold them. You can't touch them. When you shut down your YouTube, okay, they're not part of your real life. Why would you want to control people? For what reason? Why destroy somebody's content? What pleasure does that give you? And if it does give you pleasure, then you've got a serious problem. A serious, serious problem that you need help with. Because somebody else's pain shouldn't be your pleasure palace. Nobody has the right to tell me where I can go, where I can't go, what I can say or what I can't say, who I must like or who I mustn't like, who I can sub to, who I can't sub to, who I can listen to, and who I mustn't listen to. I can listen to anybody. Not even a creator can stop me. They might be able to block me, which means I can't comment. I don't care. I really don't care. Because I'm a lurker. It's very, very seldom that I do feel like commenting. I'd rather watch and listen, because that's how I learn. So you can block me, but it don't stop me being able to listen to you. The only thing that'll stop me listening to you is the fact that if I watch your video, it gives you views, it gives you hours, and that on YouTube is money. So that's the only thing that will stop me watching you, not you blocking me, not you insulting me, not you degrading me, not you threatening me. That won't stop me. The thought of being hacked kind of makes me sick in my stomach, because I have a lot of content, historical content, to do with my country, to do with the political situation in my country. I'd be sorry to lose that. I know that some of it I have saved, but not all of it. I was thinking of downloading everything and saving it. But that's a huge job that I would only be doing because I'm afraid that somebody's going to destroy my content. Nobody has the right to do that. I won't destroy anybody's content, don't matter how much I don't like them. The last thought in my mind is to dox them, swat them, or hack them. Last thought. It doesn't even come into my mind. Because I don't have to listen to them. I can move on somewhere else. I don't have to comment on them. I don't have to do anything. Don't like them? Move on. To actually plan to get private information on somebody, pay some website or whatever it is, okay, to do it, to go in and find out private information on somebody, and then to splash it all out on YouTube or wherever. Why? Because you want somebody that's crazy enough to go there and hurt that person? Because that's why you're doing it. There's no other reason to do it. Or you want some sicko to call the phone number or do drive pasts and weird, scary things to the person? Because there's no other reason to do it. It doesn't add a day to your life. It doesn't put a plate of food on your table. It doesn't make your kids clever at school. It doesn't pay the bills. So why do it? Why want to destroy somebody else's life? Because they don't agree with what you say? Well, then you're a dictator. Then you're a dictator. Nothing more, nothing less. I live in Africa. I've grown up in a continent where dictators are a dime a dozen. And what I'm seeing here is exactly how dictators work. intimidate, and destroy. It's exactly what they do. Because they are cowards. They can't handle anybody disagreeing with them or anybody saying anything about what they said. You see, YouTube is free. You can go anywhere on YouTube. You can comment. You can make a video about anything that anyone has said. You can give your opinion. You can give your opinion in comments. You can give your opinion in side chats. Or if you are blocked, you can give your opinion on a video that you create. Because that's what YouTube is about. And the minute you press that create button and go live, you are opening yourself up to the world and to the opinions of anybody from anywhere. Because that's a human right. You don't like the opinion? Tough. Tough. Seriously tough. You can stop people from commenting at the bottom of your video, okay, by removing the comment section. Therefore, you don't have to see anything you don't want to that might go against you. Your chat, you have mods. Anybody that says anything you don't like, you can block them. There we are. Then you will just have a side chat, okay, that agrees with you 100%, okay, and all their accolades and everything, all right, which means that mentally you will never grow, you will never be challenged, you will grow up in a false world, because that's not how the real world works. The real world works on opposition. That is what keeps the wheels turning. That's what keeps things going forward, is opposition. There's opposition in every single area of life. Nothing, okay, is 100% accolades and worship and everything. No. Everything you do is oppositional and is open to being criticized or somebody having an opinion on it. And you learn through other people's opinions. If you've only got somebody pumping out the same sort of stuff as you are, where are you going to learn in that? Where are you going to grow? Where are you going to be challenged? Everybody needs to be challenged. It's a way of the world. It's the way things work. It's how you grow a family, how you grow a company, how you grow personally. You know, a long time ago, I broke the mold. Because I saw around me with friends, houses that we'd go to for barbecues and that kind of business, okay, I would see that they would only surround themselves with people that they worked with, okay? So it became a thing of almost like a work party, but in their house. And I decided, no. Sorry, can't do that. It's there's no challenge there. There's one kind of interest, okay, and that's it. The common interest is the workplace. So if I worked in a shoemaking factory, I would only have friends that worked in that shoemaking factory. So what are we going to talk about? Not very much. And when we had our barbecues, I never enjoyed house parties. I thought they were just a load of nonsense. Okay. And I never sent my kids to my mother or anybody else, okay, so that we could have a house party. No. That was their home, okay? So any entertainment that came into that home was child friendly. And we call barbecues braais here in Africa. They're called braais, okay? And the people that were invited brought their kids if they had kids. If they didn't, they didn't. I mean, kids weren't a must. You must have children to be invited into my home. No. Okay. And I had people from all walks of life. There was a street cleaner in the one town that I lived in Mutare, in Zimbabwe, that I became friendly with, because you couldn't buy good tin sardines in Zimbabwe at that time. And this street cleaner would get them from Mozambique, bring them across the border, and he'd put them in his thing that he used to keep the brushes and all that kind of business in for cleaning the street. And he'd keep them underneath, wrapped up in a black plastic bag, okay, in their box. And it was underneath the leaves and all that sort of stuff, okay? So that were in a black bag anyway. And that's where I used to get my sardines. Him and I became friends. I mean, he'd see me in town, okay, and he'd come over and we'd have a chat, okay. Sometimes we'd sit and have a coffee together. So when I had a braai, him and his family were invited. I knew the top orthopedic surgeon in Zimbabwe, okay. If he was in Mutare and I was having a braai, he came along too. I knew the guy and his wife, okay, that was the CEO of not Caltex, the other one, BP. They would come too. I knew the lady from the factory where my hubby worked, okay, that packed tins from a conveyor belt into a warehouse. She and her family came too. So it was a huge mixture of all kinds of people. And I tell you something, there was never anybody sitting in the corner keeping quiet, because there was such a huge pool of different ideas and different people from different walks of life, okay, that everybody was interested in everybody else. And that is what YouTube is. It's this massive platform where there are all kinds of people. Yeah, there are dangerous people on too, okay, but you just stay away from them. I mean, there's some really dark sides of YouTube, but you stay away from that, and there is sort of some control there. I don't belong to any community. No community at all. I don't affiliate myself with any community because I go all over the place. What I do affiliate myself with is a group of women and guys, okay, that over the time that I have moved away from politics, okay, I've got to know these people. And they've always treated me with respect and a great deal of compassion. And they have accepted me as I am. Nobody's asked me to change. Nobody's turned their back on me because I follow this person or I follow that person. Nobody cares who each one of us follows. What we care about is the time that we come together, okay, and we share together. And we talk about life's experiences, about our families, about our kids, about things that have happened to us, about things that have happened to us on YouTube, things that have happened to us in real life, okay? Not, oh, I need information on that one, and I need information, and did you send a threatening email out to that one, and do this and do that? No, no. That's the furthest thing from our minds. We even swap recipes. And people are very interested in where I come from. So I get asked a lot of questions. But when one of us is down, we're there for each other. We support each other. We enrich each other's lives. I'm about the oldest person in that group. And yet there are young girls there, okay, that have changed my way of thinking to a lot of things, that have enriched my life, that have added a lot of good to my life. This is what it's supposed to be about. This is how it's supposed to be. My dad always taught me, another person's difference is your classroom, and you're never too old to learn. Never. You can never know everything. You die learning. But what I'm learning over this weekend doesn't help me grow. It doesn't do anything good for me. It petrifies me because I'm watching things spin out of control. and getting so dirty and so nasty. If this happened in real life, if people were treated like this in real life, people would be arrested. There'd be some bad damage done. This is not right. Stop it. Stop intimidating people. Stop stealing people's content, because it is. The minute you hack somebody, you've stolen their content. Stop it. You don't have the right to do that. It's not yours. Nobody wants to shut anybody down. It doesn't matter how much you don't like them. Nobody wants to shut them down. Nobody wants to shut anybody down. For what? Because 5 minutes later, they can open another account anyway. So what's the point of shutting them down? There's no point in it. What breaks my heart is the disrespect for a person's content that they have taken the time to create. Whether you agree with it or not is not your problem. They're not creating it for you to agree with, any specific person to agree with. They're creating it, okay, in a lot of times to open discussion or to bring entertainment, laughter. But in your simple, closed, narrow-minded dictatorship way, okay, only you have the right. Do you know a dictatorship? A dictator never lasts. First of all, we're all born to die. So they will die. Whether by natural causes or whether by an uprising, whatever. A dictatorship never lasts forever either. There's no guarantee of it. In fact, there's no guarantee of anything in life. None. The best you can do is make sure that when somebody leaves your channel, they leave your channel feeling uplifted, feeling, yeah, that was great. The discussion was good. The chat was good. Look, not everybody can agree. That's cool. I mean, there's going to be claps and slaps inside chat. That's normal. But it's being taken to a whole different level where people's throats are being threatened to slit and people are threatened to be gutted. And where the hell does that kind of language come from? Because you're hiding behind a computer, it gives you the courage to vomit that rubbish out on people? You're a junk. You people that are doing these things, hackers, there's nothing brave about it. It's all cowards in an imaginary world, destroying things that don't belong to them, that have nothing to do with them. Each one of us has the right to say what we want, within reason, politely, with dignity and respect. But people are being pushed to limits that are unbelievable. Because they've been bullied and shoved into corners, and being suffocated. I won't defend myself against any of it. I won't. Because for me, it's a waste of time. You defend yourself once, then there's going to be another video made. So you defend yourself again, there's going to be another, and so it carries on. No, I don't have the time for it. I don't have the patience for that. You want to talk smack? Carry on. Carry on. Whether I listen to the video you've made or I even bother about reading the comment, that's up to me. Depends what day it is. It depends how I feel. Majority of the time, I couldn't be bothered. I really couldn't. And some of these comments, seriously, you think I'm going to lose sleep over it? Really? I spend more time laughing at these stupid, supposed to be derogatory comments. Sometimes I'll delete them because they upset other people. Majority of the time I couldn't be bothered to just leave them there. You want to be a fool, that's fine. You can be a fool. I don't care. I don't. I've got much more important things to care about. Much more important things than what you think about me or what you don't think about me or how you think you can insult me or intimidate me or anything. You want to waste your time with that rubbish. You carry on and waste your time. Carry on and waste your time. But remember something. When you play the tune, the piper will need to be paid eventually. That's a certainty. That's a certainty. So I don't need to lift my finger to do anything. Because you will destroy yourselves, the demons that you create, by going into the dark side. Bullying, intimidation, destroying the dark side. And those demons that you create, you create those demons, nobody else. You create your own demons, and those demons are more dangerous than I could ever be, because they will destroy you. They will destroy you. That I can promise you. Nobody need to lift a finger. YouTube doesn't belong to anybody. Nobody. Don't matter whether you come on here with all the wealth in the world or you come on here with nothing. Belongs to nobody. The only thing that you can say you have control of is your channel. That's it. You don't have control of anybody. You don't have control of anything else. You only have control of what you create. That's it. You don't even have control of how people feel about it, because you don't control the people. You can only control what is yours, which is your channel and what you create. That's all you can control. Please, this has gone far enough. People are being emotionally hurt and pushed to limits that are inhuman. And here we're talking about adults. Bullies like I have never, ever seen. And all because you can hide behind a keyboard. And there's virtually no accountability, because any accountability you can block. So that gives evil a free rein. But evil has payback. You get nothing for free. And that payback, you will have worked for. So if that's the kind of payback you want, carry on. Yeah, it'll break my heart if somebody hacks my channel and I lose all my content. It'll break my heart. But you know what? I'll carry on. Make another channel. But I'll carry on. This has to stop. It has to. It can't keep on. It's getting so dangerous. Good people that I have known have left because they're too afraid. Way too afraid. That's not right. That's not right. Nobody should tell you what you can and can't do. Nobody should make you so afraid that you leave something that you really enjoyed doing. But because you don't agree with somebody else, you get threatened and bullied. It's not cool. It's not cool. Not at all. Just stop it. Stop this destruction of a platform that you do not own in any shape or form. The only thing that you can control on it is what you put out on your channel. That's it. You can't even control the people that come there. Anybody from anywhere can come there. Stop it. If you can't handle people having different opinions, then I'll tell you something. Block everything on your channel so that you have nobody that disagrees with you or has an opinion about you or anything that you don't see. Okay. And then you can have your hurrah world. But stop interfering with others. You see, people have got to learn something. When somebody says something that you don't agree with, you go for the words, not the person. You go for the words. That's what you're disagreeing with. What is coming out of their mouth. So go for that, not the actual person. And learn to think of the consequences of what you're doing before you do it and make it public. Because that's what it is. It's a public platform. More public than walking out of your front door and saying hello to the next door neighbor. Way more public than that. This is public on an international platform. Anybody, anywhere in the world. So think carefully. Think carefully about what you say before you say it and make it public. That shows maturity. That shows empathy. That shows compassion. That shows this is what I believe in. And if I am held accountable for it, I will stand up and be held accountable for it. But shouting and screaming and swearing and insulting people and threatening people and bullying people and destroying people. Would you do that in the street? Would you act like that in the street? If you met somebody that didn't agree with what you said? Like a gutter slut. Is that how you would act in the street? Because if that is, you've got serious problems. Serious problems. And you need to take a good look at yourself and get yourself under control. There's no maturity in loss of control of yourself. There's no maturity in that. There's no maturity in insulting and swearing and degrading and dehumanizing people, none whatsoever. Don't do it. Think before you do something. Think before you say something. Think before you put out your videos. Okay? You have a passion, follow that passion. But make other people want to follow you too, because they're passionate about whatever you're passionate about. This business of going at people, and that lasts for a time, and then people get bored with it. There's no content in that. None whatsoever. That's just picking a person's name out the hat, having a go at them, degrading them, insulting them, threatening them, intimidating them, bullying them, all that, okay? There's no content in that. I could do it. I could see a person walking past in the street and make an hour or 2 hour video, okay, on ripping them apart, screaming and shouting and swearing and carrying on. There's no content and there's no intelligence in that. Anybody can do it. If it's gratifying to be permanently angry and permanently vindictive and permanently low, nothing good comes of it. Nothing. Nothing good comes of it. It's exhausting. It's taxing. Your health will end up paying for it. No reason to do it. None. We all have a rant. Everybody has a rant. That's life. but not day after day after day after day after day. And there must always be people defending themselves. I'm not. I won't defend myself. I know who I am. If the people that I call friends, okay, are my friends, they know who I am too. If they doubt, goodbye. Move along. Move along. I came into this world alone. I leave this world alone. So, the rest is gravy. Anyway, I think I've ranted for long enough. I'm sure everybody by now is bored if they've got to listen to this. This is really worrying me. It really is. Not for myself. Well, for myself, yeah, a little bit, because I'd hate to have my channel hacked and all my content gone, okay? Not hate. I mean, it would upset me, but I'd move on. But I'm watching really, really good people being really badly hurt. Really badly hurt. For nothing. No gain. It doesn't do anything for anybody. It's just out of spite and nastiness and vindictiveness and evilness. It's just evilness. That's all it is. Anyway, I hope all of you have a fantastic week. Be kind to each other. May your gods go with you. Ciao, ciao.